Hello and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Duke, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Duke's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give the dogs while we're working with them, and also the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. And you'll notice that Fred keeps that collar high up on his neck behind his ears for the most control while working with him. And we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now Duke is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that's where all of the obedience training is going to take place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. The command that you're going to give is Duke heel, and you're going to start walking, and you'll notice that Duke has been trained to walk nicely on your left-hand side. He should be walking at your pace, and he should not be lagging behind on that leash, nor lunging ahead and pulling. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit into the heeling exercise, so anytime that you're out and about and walking with Duke and you stop, he's been trained to sit nicely right there by your left heel position. And you'll see those automatic sits throughout the video here. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command. It's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and then walk out to the end of the leash. Now Duke should remain seated throughout the entire command, and when you're practicing your long sit stays at home, you're going to start with short time increments of 30 seconds to a minute, and upon his success, you'll increase your intervals working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. When Fred returns back, he walks all the way around, and again, Duke should remain seated. Great job. He gets a little praise there, and they're going to demonstrate their heel, sit, and stay for you again. It's important when working Duke through his commands and he's completing them appropriately for you that you let him know so by using lots of positive reinforcement, whether you're verbally praising him and telling him good job, or giving him a little bit of physical praise by giving him a little pet on the head there. You want to make it fun and motivating, and also let him know that he's doing the right thing by using positive reinforcement. So Fred leaves Duke in another sit stay, and he walks out to the end of the leash. He'll give him a moment to hold it. And then he's going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command, and the command you're going to use is Duke come. He should come in and sit directly in front of you. Good boy. And then he returns to heel position, heeling around the right side of you, your back side to your left side, sitting nicely. Great job. We'll demonstrate that again. Now this exercise where he returns to heel position is called the finish. Very nicely demonstrated. Great job. Now if any time you're working Duke through his commands, or if he displays any inappropriate behavior such as jumping up, you want to tell him no in a nice firm voice, and you can follow that by a tug and release on the training collar, and then you go ahead and repeat the command if you're working him through commands. This next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, the down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground. The one-word command to down, and then give that stay command as you walk back out to the end of your leash once again. And with the down stay, of course, Duke should remain laying down throughout the entire command. And when practicing the long down stay at home, again, start with short time increments, and upon his success, increase your intervals, working up to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. Fred's going to return back the same way, all the way around in a counterclockwise motion. Good job. And they will demonstrate that again. This is a good time to remind you that although you're going to be incorporating all of your commands into your everyday life, you're also going to want to set aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Duke through his commands in a formal obedience training session, such as this video. You can put it on and follow along if it's helpful for you. But it's great practice for the both of you and will help with the transition with the commands and new rules back into the home. Fred leaves them in another down stay, gives them a moment to hold it, and now they'll go ahead and demonstrate the recall or the come on command from the down position for you. Good boy. Now we have one last command to demonstrate for you, and that is the second of our down commands. And this one is the down from a distance, and we're going to give Fred and Duke a moment to heel into position to demonstrate that. Leave Duke in a sit stay out to the end of the leash. And from the end of the leash, you're going to use your right hand to give the down command to drop Duke into a down.
Down. No.
Much better. We will demonstrate that again for you. There's a little distraction in the background. Fred had to gain his attention, but they'll go ahead and demonstrate that one more time for you. Much better. Great job, Duke. And he should drop into that down directly where he's sitting, by the way. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Duke has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Duke. We ask you keep us posted on his progress when he returns home. And we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.